Do. Oh Jesus! Hold on, I need to turn the sound down in the game. Fuck. Always forget to do that. I was doing a little bit of this game off stream, ditzing around in that new custom map that was released, Aftermath. Yeah, if you guys remember, I actually streamed that. The beginning of the month, that was my last stream. And I've been ditzing around on it off stream a little bit, trying to discover the secrets and stuff, you know. Of which I haven't really made any progress on. Yeah, haven't found any of those Crimson Lance chests or anything that are supposedly in the map. TCD, dude, you fucking hid them well. Jesus, a little too well, I might add. Gotta fucking find the bastards. Let's see. We want to do Lilith. I think if we're gonna, if we still want the tsunami, I want to be playing as Lilith right now. Also, unfortunately, my other PC is updating, so I'm kind of have to use my phone as a means of looking at the chat. So that's why I'm looking down. If you see me looking down, it's because of that. Geo guys, how you doing, man? I wish my laptop screen didn't break on me. I would have gotten it for my PC, but I got Borderlands Game of the Year on Xbox. Well, shit, man. That sucks that your laptop screen broke. But hopefully you're enjoying Borderlands on the Xbox, you know. I'm assuming you're playing, so you're playing Game of the Year. So are you talking about like the OG or the remastered version? Either way, that's cool, you know. I know I'm a little bitch when it comes to the remastered version, but anybody who plays Borderlands, regardless of which version, you know, I'm all for that. Again, that's, you know, it's personal preference. If you guys like that version, if you like the remastered one, then fucking play the shit out of it, you know? If that's your thing. For me, it's not my thing, but that's just me, you know? I respect that, you know, other people are gonna have different opinions of it and stuff, so. And some people just like that version. I don't know. I don't really see it, you know? Maybe I'm just blinded by nostalgia. I don't know, but I know that also probably has to do with it, at least a little bit, anyway. Jesus, my PC is taking forever to update. Let's see. Jesus, it's been a minute since I've done this. It looks like I'm all ready to go for Cromerax, so let's just go for it. Forgot about the whole Skullmasher build. Oh, yes. That was... Ooh. That's some good shit. From what I remember. Tell it's been a minute since I've done this. I think the last time I actually did this was the last stream that I did on this character, which was my last farming for the tsunami stream, which was, I think, months ago at this point. Oh god. So if my memory seems a bit off, it's because that's why, you know, it's been a while. Honestly, I don't really play much of this game these days off stream. Like I said, I did play a little bit to ditz around in the Aftermath custom DLC, but outside of that, I haven't really touched it. The remastered, if I have my PS4 or got stolen, Jesus. I had all the Borderlands games. Shit, dude. You're telling me your laptop screen broke and your PS4 got stolen? Fucking hell, man. That's not very fun. Alright. Cromerax we go. Fucking hell. Going a little too fast. Too fast for my own good. Speaking of things breaking, though, you know, I was actually dusting the other week you know, out here in my studio, and I was trying to kind of get behind my computer a little bit, and my, you know, cord for my speakers, you know, sometimes likes to wig out, you know. Like if you touch it, it just like it causes this weird noise, like staticky noise in my speakers. So I was kind of tinkering with it, trying to fix it, and I accidentally left the speakers on and dropped the cord. You know, it's one of those fucking jacks. What are those called? You know, like the audio jack. And you know, it touched the metal part of my PC casing. Fucking zapped it. You know, the speakers went out, and I was like, oh fuck me. You know, like I just completely lost my speakers. These good speakers, which honestly, like I really need to upgrade at this point. My whole setup's kind of out of date at this point, but they're still good speakers. They still work fine, and thankfully, after that whole situation, you know, I just plugged it back in, turned them off, turned it on, and they work. But I did notice that sometimes they kind of have that weird staticky sound when I adjust the volume on it, that was never there before. But thankfully they still work. I thought honestly I kind of just completely fucked up my speakers there. That was a really dumb mistake on my part. Oh, the update's actually done. I may as well actually sign in on here really quick, if this is gonna want to load for me. Just slowly get that going as the stream goes on here, because you know, if I could get the chat up on my other PC, that would be much better than on my phone. Anyway. Fucking hell, dude. That's some awful luck, man. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Straight bats. Jonathan, how you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good today. Alright, let's try out the old Skull Masher. Man, I can't believe I didn't know about this before. Like, it really, like, took me till this year to, like, figure out, like, okay, this is actually something that's really fucking viable against Cromerax. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I mean, honestly, maybe I did know about it before and forgot about it. Who knows? Knowing me, that actually probably was the case. Fuck you guys. Look at that though. He's already toast. Fuck. There we go. Look at that. Easy peasy. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? I am praying to RNGesus that I get a tsunami, though. I really am. A tsunami with good fire rate. I always got to make that clear. A tsunami with good fire rate. Because there's a probability, there's a chance that I'm going to get a tsunami with a shit fire rate. And that would suck. It's never fun. I saw somebody in the Discord chat. I don't remember who it was, but recently they posted a picture of them finding a tsunami with a bad fire rate, and I was like, oh god, I really hope that's not going to be me. I mean, I don't know if they wanted the tsunami as much as I do. I fucking end at this point. I'm just so desperate for one. I don't even know the last time I've seen a tsunami. It seems like whenever I'm not looking for a specific thing, like the game will give it to me. You know, it'd be like that. These type of games, I feel like whenever there's randomized aspects involved, luck involved, you know. It's like when you're not looking for something, it'll, or even just in real life, I feel like that happens too. Yeah, I don't. You guys see anything? There's probably class mods in here, or even perfect part combination purples, or near perfect part combination purples, or something. I don't know. Or even legendaries. I have no idea. This Orion seems pretty good. I don't know how good it is though, but I know you guys are probably sick of me like missing a bunch of shit because I still haven't learned the parts of things. One of these days I'll get around to studying them more. I'm lazy, man. There's something exciting about being like you know, oblivious to those sort of things though. Because you know, like I'll see something like that Orion and I'll be like, "Oh, this looks good," you know? But it might actually be fucking trash, and I'll use it, and you know, eventually like fucking, I don't know, TCs will come along and be like, oh, this thing's fucking garbage, dude. Why are you using this? And it's like, oh, like I'll go my, you know, I'll use it for like forever, you know, thinking it's like this fucking amazing thing. I mean, obviously I'm not gonna do that with that, but like there's probably a bunch of weapons in my inventory that I think are great, you know, that I'll use. And then somebody's gonna come along and be like, oh, that's terrible, you know. It's like, just on the Discord recently, I posted, you know, I don't really post in the best loot drops section, but I posted on there, with a, you know, I found a knoll from TCD's Arsenal, when I was dicking around in the Aftermath DLC, and, you know, I don't really know how good it is, I just thought it was cool, you know, I found a knoll. I think just that by itself was kind of special. I was like, oh, I don't actually have that on my Roland, so I'll post it. You know, I just thought it was kind of cool. I was also using the Harsh Vial, which is, you know, the drop rates are a bit lower with that vial compared to what I normally use on stream, which is the mediocre / greater vials. So I was like, oh, this is actually kind of a cool find, and, you know, somebody comes along and, of course, has to ruin it. It's like, oh, that thing's fucking awful, you should throw it away as soon as possible. I was like, oh my god. And maybe it is. Maybe it's fucking terrible, but I don't know. Again, it's part of that being oblivious to me, I guess. It's also just not even that. Like I said, I just feel like the whole fact that I got a null by itself, that's like finding a Reaper. I mean, obviously not as rare, but, you know, no matter if it's shit or not, like, I think it's just the fact that you find one that's special, you know? It doesn't have to be, like, perfect or anything for it to mean something. Does that make sense? I don't know. Hey, Levy, what's up? We got guns over here. How you doing, man? There we go. And Aiden. What's up, man? Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, let me see if I can boot up. my chat on this on my other PC here. Are Knolls rare? Well, I don't know. I've personally only found like a few in all my time of farming. And the one that I found that I'm talking about was the first that I found in my Roland, and he's like the character I spend the most time farming with. Nice. An Omega. Is that better? Is that better than the one I have? Holy shit, guys. Holy... Oh! It is! It is! Hell yes. Wow, I was not expecting a pearl so soon. I was really not expecting a pearl at all, given my luck with this game, but damn. I'll fucking take it. I know it's not anything like new for me, which is why I'm not as excited as I probably should be, but it is better than the one I have, so hell yeah. Look at that shit. Damn. I'd say that's a significant upgrade. You guys were probably like, I don't know if I was like staring at it the whole time, but you're like, HGB, you doofus, look at the fucking screen. There's a pearl right in front of you. I'd imagine that's what you guys were saying. Anything else? Man, I can't believe that though. Skullmasher, Shitty Destroyer, Anaconda. Wow. Second run in. Thought that was another pearl, but I just realized it's the Mega again. Cromerax. The one that I dropped before. Yeah, is that a pearl I'm spotting? One of you guys caught on. It's probably just sitting there like forever, just like talking. Jesus. What is a null? The null is a let's see, I've got one actually right here. It's just it's one of the weapons from TCD's arsenal. It's a custom gun that has some really interesting effects. I'm just gonna keep it at that. I'd rather not spoil it. I know in the past I've spoiled it, but I mean, if you really want me to, I could show you it, you know, in action. I don't know if I will with this fight, you know, in particular, with Cromerax, but yeah, it's a really crazy gun. Definitely one of the craziest guns I've ever seen. Does all sorts of things. Wacky things. Have I got the Bulletstorm shotgun? I do. Do I on this character? I do. The Bone Duster. I remember when it took me forever to find that thing. When I finally found it, that was a glorious moment. I wish I had that highlighted. I mean, it might be a clip somewhere on like Twitch or something. I think that was before I was streaming on YouTube. But I'm sure there's a clip of that somewhere where I finally find that thing. Love it. Definitely one of my favorite guns, of course. I mean, it's from Bulletstorm after all, which is one of my favorite games. You know what I just realized the other day? You know, I was looking through the Switch store, and apparently Bulletstorm's on the Switch. Am I like the only one who didn't know that? Because I feel like I've spent a lot of time browsing through the Switch store, like probably way too much time. I don't know. I love looking through like stores, like when it comes to video games. Even if I'm just browsing, like, and I don't buy anything, which is usually what happens, but It's like one of my favorite activities. My girlfriend makes fun of me, you know, like I'll boot up my Switch and I'm like, oh, what's on the store? And I spend like the entire time just looking at the store, even if I don't buy anything. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but that's something I do. But anyway, I've noticed it was on sale and I was like, what the fuck? Like this is on here? This has been on here this whole time? I wonder how well it runs on the Switch. I mean, obviously I don't imagine it being like this definitive version or whatever, but that might be fun to play on the Switch. I won't lie. If any of you guys haven't checked out Bulletstorm, you should. It's a very, very underrated video game that's so much fun. If you're into like shooting things in style, in the most like stylish ways possible, then you should check it out. That's what the game's all about. Killing things in style. What's that? Oh. You know what I should do is actually activate one of the vials. I don't really need to. It's probably redundant, but whatever. I just like to. Just to have in there. You know, in case. Just in case, I guess. I don't know about this run. Not really sure about this run. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's see. YouTube. May as well just finish up getting the chat up on here. Oh fuck, whoops. The only problem about my other PC here is that it's really slow. It's like my old PC, the one that I got before, the one I'm using now currently, that I'm streaming from. And yeah, it's at this point, it's showing its age as far as at least being slow. My god. I don't know how I fucking dealt with this before. Back when I was actually using it as my main PC. Let's see. Yeah, Bulletstorm is a really fucking fun game. I want to actually stream that shit again. Again, I would highly encourage you guys to check it out. It's also very like Borderlands-y in a sense. It's definitely like wacky and kind of like Borderlands. It also has just some aspects that remind me of Borderlands as well. And funnily enough, it's now owned by Gearbox. Same people who made Borderlands. So, I mean, they weren't the ones that originally made it, but they own the rights to it now, and they released the remastered version and shit with Duke Nukem. Is there a Bulletstorm pistol available too in Borderlands? No. There might be something similar though, but it's not like the exact, pistol. I know there's the Painbringer, which is something that I helped, come up with. That is a, the spin on the Fatebringer from Destiny. Right, any of you Destiny fans out there? back when I was a Destiny fan. Basically does the same thing as it does in, or at least a similar thing as it does in Destiny. Blows shit up. What do I even have for grenades? Neutrino? Oh yeah, I remember I was doing some... Yeah, I mean, I guess I just did this earlier without even realizing it. Fucking hell. Thank God for the Godspeed though, like it makes maneuvering around Cromerax and his attacks and the minions all the more easier. I mean, it was really never that easy in the first place, but you know what I mean. Just makes it easier. Oh god. But the problem is, you know, the Godspeed, while I can move quickly, its defense is not one of its strong suits. So if I get hit, I'm kind of fucked. That's why I always got to keep on the move. But the problem is, I'm trying to, like, you know, aim at his very specific spots. It could be kind of difficult when I'm constantly on the move, you know. Not only is he a moving target, but I'm a moving target, I guess. You know what I mean. There we go. See, Jonathan, I'm awful with audio, you know. I've been meaning to get like a compressor and everything, get a better mixer. I just haven't, because it's like audio is so tricky for me. Like, you know, everything else I could set up, you know, but audio has always been like a struggle. That's why for the longest time with this mic, you know, there was like a humming sound. You guys probably remember that. I mean, that was a thing for a long time, because I just never really knew how to fix it. I figured I needed a compressor. But thankfully, XSplit, which is the streaming software I use, you know, has a built-in compressor, built-in features that I finally messed around with, which it took me a while to get it kind of semi-right. I know it's not perfect. You know, you still hear like a little popping sound occasionally when I talk, but it's a lot better than what it was, which, yeah. I think a lot of you can agree with. That humming sound was annoying as fuck. And I know it's really just like a band-aid on a bigger issue. You know, it doesn't really completely fix the problem, but at least it's somewhat of a solution for now, you know what I mean? At least it's something. I know I should still get a better audio setup, regardless, you know. Have any of you guys played the new? Oh shit! Guns with the $10. Holy shit, dude! I really appreciate it, man. That is awesome. Also unexpected. You know, it's been so long. It's kind of sad, actually. It's been so long since I've even had anybody like donate or anything on here that it's like, wow. I didn't even know that notification alert still worked. I haven't heard it for fucking ever. Thanks so much, man. It really means a lot. That'll actually go towards the new audio setup. Believe it or not, I actually am upgrading my studio, you know, I just about to get a new keyboard and mouse soon, new speakers. You know, I'm gonna start small, work my way up. You know, I don't want to like overwhelm myself, but yeah, I'm starting out with the smaller shit, and then eventually I'll tackle some of the bigger issues. But yeah, this whole setup just needs upgrading. Like you guys can't see it right now, but it's old. It's basically been the same ever since I got the studio, which was years ago. I don't even know, man. It feels like forever ago. I have a video up on YouTube that, you know, where I show off my studio a little bit, and I don't know if that's, you know, I did that at around the time that I actually, you know, got everything set up out here, or if that came like way after. I don't remember, but I think that if you go back and look at the date of when that video was published, I think that's kind of around the time that I got everything going out here. All I know is it's been a long ass time.
Wasn't expecting that.
Jesus Christ! Guns! What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Are you out of your minds? Are you out of your minds, man? Holy shit. Thank you so much, dude, for your generous donations. My god. Now I'm embarrassed. Now I'm just downright embarrassed. Like, in a good way. Don't worry. Don't worry. But wow. I really appreciate it, man. Seriously. Like, a lot. Like, with all my heart. That really does mean a lot. Guns. Thank you. Thank you for the generous donations, man. Holy shit. You're fucking awesome, man. Fucking hell. I don't even know what to say, honestly. I don't even know what else to say. Other than thank you. Thank you for the support, man. Fucking hell. Gotta spread the love, man. Shit. Oh, fuck. I'm honestly shocked, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm honestly shocked that that alert still works. I didn't even know it still works. So it's good to know. Fuck, man. Guns, you're the man. You're the man. I really appreciate all of your guys' support. Even just watching is always more than enough, you know. But going the extra mile and donating is, yeah, it's very much appreciated. Now I'm all flustered. God damn it, guns. Oh, fuck! I blame you for that, man. No, that was all on me. That was all on me. I'm just still trying to mentally process what just happened, you know? What are you guys saying here? Farming. You farm farm Bonehead for 3 hours straight, you have a good chance of getting the Savior hybrid. Yeah, I feel like are you guys talking about hybrids? Okay. The rarest items in the game are the hybrids. Yeah, I'd say like the Bone Shredder Savior if you're gonna farm for a hybrid, like that's by far probably one of the easiest ones to get. Like that one took me, out of all the hybrids that I farmed, which wasn't a lot, you know, wasn't very many of them, but that was by far like the easiest one, you know, to get. Still took me a while. Still took me hours to get, but given the nature, you know, the fact that like he's, you know, Bonehead is so close, you know, to the starting point, you know, you literally just, especially like the Godspeed or something. If you have like TC's Arsenal, oh my god, what was that? The fuck was that? What was that? They literally just pushed me off. I've never seen that before. Like, I just got up there and they just shoved me right off. That wasn't even like because I was being flustered or anything. That was because I don't know what that was. God damn it. Fucking assholes, man. Those Crawmerax need to be the end of me. God. I think that just sums up why everybody hates those fuckers. Right there. Like, that's like the perfect... you know, perfect thing, you know, to show somebody. It's like, oh yeah, this is why I hate these bastards, you know. They push you around and it's annoying. I don't even know like if that's ever happened where I just go up to the spawn and they push me off. I better be careful. I better just like phase walk. You know, get the fuck out of here. Here we go. Let's just not be by the edge, all right? Damn, you flew. For a brick. You flew pretty good. It's a Halo reference, by the way. Oh god. Come on. Son of a bitch. What was I even talking about? Something about the hybrids. Oh yeah, the Bone Shredder Savior. Yeah, by far the easiest one to get if you're gonna farm for a hybrid. Not the best hybrid though to get, I mean, but if you want to be able to say that you've gotten a hybrid, like that one's super easy, you know. Still can take some time, as with all of them, but just given the nature, like, you know, the fact that it's so easy to you know, farm Bonehead, and the fact that he has a 100% chance to drop the Bone Shredder makes it a lot easier to get. Because for the most part, I think a lot of the other hybrids that you get... Man, look at this opportunity that I'm missing. There we go. Are usually kind of far from the spawn point, you know, so you always have to run really far. And some of them don't, you know, they're not 100% guaranteed, like the Dove Hornets, or the Dove. Never farm for that, guys. Never farm for the Dove Horn, at least through Slither. That's something I'll always say. It's just not worth it. It's not worth your time. I go for like any of the other hybrids, even the ones I haven't even tried farming for, to be honest. Yeah. You're better off just, you know, getting it through a quest reward and like scaling it up to level, or just having somebody give it to you, or modding it in, you know, I don't even care. Anything else. That's what I had to do. I had to have, was it TCD give me one or something? I don't know. Somebody help me out with that, because I gave up after thousands upon thousands of Slither kills. It was kind of insane how much time I spent doing that. It was like... That was a lot of hours, man. I was determined for you guys to get that. It wasn't for myself. It was for you guys. I was determined. Damn near lost my insanity though, or my sanity. Excuse me. damn near turned into insanity. Oh, Jesus. Come on! Yes! Ugh. Can you do the whole read-only thing with this game? With the Borderlands 1? Shit. Well, that probably would have helped. Are you talking about the quest reward or Slither? If you're talking about Slither, man, fuck you. Sorry. No, I'm just teasing. But seriously, man, come on. That's some bullshit. Yeah, Reaver's Edge, I didn't even want to attempt that one. I think another one I did attempt, though, which I think I actually was doing on stream at the time, back when I was still farming for those, was, which I'd actually like to kind of get back to. I'd like to try to farm for the rest of those hybrids, but one I was, you know, doing on stream was, fuck, man, what is it? The boomstick one. You guys know what I'm talking about? What's it a hybrid with? The friendly fire boomstick, I think. That one. Speaking of the savior, there's one right there. But yeah, the friendly fire boomstick. Now that's one that's not too bad either. I guess it depends though. The main annoying part of it is the elevator ride, I think, from what I remember. I'm not sure if you can... There might be ways to skip it. I think there's a kill barrier, though. You know, like if you try to use a neutrino to get up there, I think you'll die. I don't know if there's any other way to get up there. There might be, though. It'd be interesting to know. If there is, definitely tell me, because any of you guys know. I don't know if there is. Yeah, farming Slither is... It's not like it's hard to get to Slither either. Like, Slither's actually one of the easier ones to actually get to. Like, it takes not even a minute to get to him and killing him and everything. It's just the fact that he has a slim chance of dropping the dove. Which is a big problem. You know, it makes it a lot easier when the hybrid, or the gun that can be a hybrid, is a guaranteed drop, right? But when you also have to take into consideration that the gun is, you know, not only is it, you know, is it a low chance to actually be a hybrid, but the gun itself is just to drop is a low chance. It's like, fuck, man. Like, the chances become ridiculously low at that point. Like, ridiculously low. It's insane. I'd argue, like, that's the you know, at least if you're gonna farm it that way, the Dove Hornet is probably the rarest thing in the game. I would say one of the rarest things by far. So if you want to, you know, try to farm that, be my guess, but I wouldn't advise it to any of you if you want to keep your sanity. I might attempt it again eventually, like on stream or something. It might be kind of fun just to dick around and like do some runs and not really take it seriously like I did then, you know, because I took it very seriously. Like, I really was very determined, like I said, you know, to get, I just realized I don't need to have my stream up on my phone anymore. Dumbass. I was very determined to get it. But I guess if I just dick around, you know, especially since it's been so long since I've even done that, I think I wouldn't really mind at this point if I just put in a few runs for lulz. I don't know if you guys would care to see me farm any of the hybrids. Probably not the most entertaining thing to watch. Not really the most entertaining thing to do either. It's kind of dull, actually. You really have to keep yourself busy. That's why I would do it on stream, because that way, at least for me, it's somewhat entertaining, because, you know, I have you guys. Which makes it just a little bit better for sure. Or a lot better anyway. Yeah, the Nemesis, you're right. The Nemesis Invader, you're right. I completely forgot about that. Sorry. Like, that is by far the rarest. Because that, again, you have that whole thing of the gun itself is rare. You know, so thus making the hybrid be especially rare. And with the Nemesis, there's no, like, definitive source, you know? I mean, yeah, you can farm Crawmerax or the Armory, but, you know, it's just one of many pearls that is in the loot pool. So, oh, fuck me. No, no. Okay, I think we barely skimmed it there. Okay, yeah, it's still mostly in its own pile. Good. There's just so many pearls, you know, in the loot pool that, like, getting the, you know, farming specifically for the Nemesis, it's like me trying to farm for the Tsunami right now. You guys have seen how that's been going, right? It's not been going very well. I haven't found one, and I've been doing this for a while. Ooh, Unforgiven. Nice. And I don't even think I found a Nemesis yet. That's one pearl that I haven't even found. Just a regular, straight, just regular Nemesis. Like, I haven't even found one yet. In all my time. At least, like, just in the vanilla game, you know? Just, like, from Cromerax or something. As an example. Like, I haven't seen one before. I've seen one drop in, like, custom maps and shit, you know, but I don't count that because the drop rates are altered. So if we're talking just vanilla game, like, that's the only pearl I have yet to see, I think. Crazy, I know. Now, I know that's just my luck. I know other people have found it just fine, but... Hold on, let me just double check that again. I don't think there was anything... You guys are also more than welcome to tell me, like, there's another Orion, I think. If you see anything that's actually worth getting. And, you know, if, like, I look over something and you're like, oh shit, that's actually really good, you can tell me. Like, that's always, you know, I always appreciate that. Because, again, I'm oblivious to that shit, so. Found 2 tsunamis. Nice. 1 thumper and 1 regular. Well, at least you got 1 regular, you know. Because nobody likes a thumper version. Does anybody like thumpers? You know, I know I've asked that before, but does anybody actually like thumpers? Does anybody like a slow firing SMG in this game? Who likes that? I mean, I guess there's exceptions, like, from what I remember, I think, like, TCD's Dead Man's Tale. It's been a while since I've used it. I don't even think I have it on any of my main characters. But I think that thing's a slow-firing SMG. However, the special effect makes up for that. And that it's basically a nail gun. You know, shoots giant nails at people. It's not that thumpers, yeah, like, it's not that thumpers are, like, necessarily terrible, you know, but they're not, they're just not that fun to use. for the most part. I don't enjoy using them. I'm all about fire rate anyway. I'm a fire rate kind of guy. I know that's just... That's why Vladoff is one of my favorite manufacturers, if not my favorite manufacturer, so... Yeah. I think that kind of tells you what kind of person I am, but... It's not like I don't, you know, it's not like I hate low fire rate guns, it's just the way thumpers feel in this game. It's just, it doesn't feel right, you know? At least to me. Just the way that it feels. It's not necessarily, like I said, that they're bad. I mean, they're not, as in my opinion, as good as like the fast fire rate versions of things. Especially when you look at stuff like the Tsunami or, you know, the Hellfire, which, let's be real, the Hellfire is like part of the whole, you know, what makes the Hellfire so good is the fact that, you know, it needs the good fire rate. Otherwise, it's not that great. It still does pretty good, but you know, it's the fire rate that makes it especially good because the fact that it can stack dots, you know? And the faster that it stacks dots, the better that it is, obviously. You know? But anyway, for me, thumpers are just... They're just not very fun to use. That's really what makes me not like them, for the most part anyway. They're not very satisfying to use in the slightest. Unless it's, like I said, the Dead Man's Tale or something, you know, if it's like a special thumper that has an effect that actually, you know, makes it viable and makes sense, like the Dead Man's Tale, then I'm all for it, you know. You thought I shot big pencils. I can see that. God damn it, now that's gonna be in my head. When I use that thing again, I'll be like, oh shit. I'll think of that now. Fuck, man. TCD needs to make like a parody version of the Dead Man's Tale that actually does shoot big pencils. That'd be funny. Oh, fuck! No! Oh my god! No! Are you shitting? Hold on, we can at least kill him. We can at least kill him! What kind of luck is this? No! Are you kidding me right now? I actually got stuck up on the cliff. God, man. Which Skullmasher am I using? This one right here. How good would you guys rate the Skullmasher, by the way? See, this is, for all I know, this could be a very shit Skullmasher, or it could be a very mid Skullmasher. I don't know. Or it could be meta. I mean, regardless, it seems to be doing really well against Cromerax, so even if it's shit, obviously it's whatever, right? It doesn't matter, but to me, it seems like it's a pretty good one, you know? even if statistically it's not. What a cliffhanger, yeah. Like, literally. A cliffhanger. It's a very good one. Well, you know what? That's really good to hear. I kind of figured as much, you know, given how good this thing is. But I'm sure even a shitty Skullmasher would do the job on Cromerax, honestly. You know, I don't think you really even need that great of a Skullmasher for this. You know what I really need to do, guys, that I've actually been wanting to do? Maybe I've mentioned this on my stream before, but I actually really want to remake my Cromerax farming video guide, as well as my Armory farming video guide that I made on my channel a long time ago, that are completely out of date at this point. I mean, yeah, they still work, but I really hate how I did those videos. You know, those were some of the first videos I've ever done, and I use like I use strategies like the ledge glitch as like my main strategy for the Cromerax video, and I really don't like how I did that. I'm still obviously like gonna mention the ledge glitch for people who want to use that, but like I'm actually gonna show how to kill Cromerax the right way, at least the way that it was intended, right? Fuck you, honestly, man. Why did I do that? Oh well, at least he's dead. At least he's dead. That's okay. I don't mind taking another elevator ride up. At least he's dead now. I'll take it. What's my favorite thing about Borderlands 1? Probably the weapons and the weapon system, the loot system. You know, how it's just, for me anyway, perfect. Just everything revolving around the loot in this game. Also, just the atmosphere. You know, there's just something about Borderlands 1 that that hits different. You know. And I think it really has to do with just the atmosphere. Maybe it's nostalgia as well. I mean, there's that too. But I think, you know, one of the things that keeps me coming back to playing this game is the loot system, you know. Just how fun it is to farm in this game versus the other Borderlands games, you know. I haven't grown tired of farming in this game. And, you know, I know there's also mods that boost a lot of replay value as well, which I know the other games also have, but not to the same degree as this game. This game has, like, full mod support, basically. You know, but even without mods, like, I'd still probably be playing this game and farming Cromerax and doing the Armory, which, you know, unfortunately are, you know, only basically the things that you can do in the end game, unless you just want to go kill shit. But again, there's just something about the loot system and the fact that even after thousands of hours, you really just you're still finding new things. You know, you're still finding things. Like, for me, like, I haven't even found a nemesis yet, and I've been playing this game how long? I've got thousands and thousands of hours onto this game, and I still haven't found one. And you know, obviously there's like finding even the things I have found, it's like finding better versions of, like I don't know, the Reaper, for instance. Like, that's something I'd love to find a perfect part combination version of one day. You know, it's like that collection, the whole collection of guns, you know, and finding better and better versions of them. That's just so fun to me. I don't know. You know, I saw some posts. I was looking on this Twitter thread, and I know it's fucking Twitter. Oh god, Twitter these days. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, I was looking on Twitter, and there's It was some Borderlands post. I think it was like happy anniversary for Borderlands 2 or something. Or was it something else? I don't know. But anyway, there was like there was people. No, it was actually I think a Tales from the Borderlands post or something. I don't remember what exactly it was, but there was some like discussion about how Borderlands 1 is fucking boring or something, and I was like, you know, and I understand that like some people might not get into this one as much as the other games, especially if you start out with the other games. Like, you know, it's kind of like going back and playing Dark Souls 1 after doing like the other Dark Souls games or something, or Elden Ring or something. It's like, oh fuck, man, this feels so slow. You know, it's really a lot like that, I feel like. But yeah, there's just so much, you know, to love about this game. And I know it's definitely one of the slower games in the series. It's by far probably the slowest game in the series. You know, it has a very slow start too, and I can see why people might be deterred with that. But it also has some of the best elements in the entire series, you know, and it's so overlooked in my opinion. Same with pre-sequel, I would argue as well. Pre-sequel is one of my personal favorites, and it's highly overlooked. Oh, there's the crash. There's the crash. God damn it. Yeah, I was like, I started to notice some of the loot was not appearing. Some of the guns were just invisible, so yeah, figured it would probably crash soon. All right, let's boot it back up. I think I'm gonna do some Armory runs now. How long have I been going live for? Why doesn't it say? Oh, it does say. Does it? The fuck, man. Where's the stream settings? Doesn't even say. For some reason. Still saying the stream is scheduled? Wonder why that is. Like that it's not really live yet? Huh. I mean, it is live, obviously, but weird. YouTube be weird like that. Getting tangled up. All my cords. The music is the best. Yes. We'll do more Lilith. I don't know, maybe you just have to play this game first, you know? Maybe there's also just nostalgia involved for me. I don't know, but I get so triggered when I see people, you know, say that, oh, Borderlands 1 is boring, you know. I know everybody has their own, you know, opinions and stuff, and they have the right to speak their opinion and shit, but doesn't mean I can't disagree heavily with their opinions. I think it's a garbage take. I honestly should probably use the bathroom really quick before we keep going. I think it's a good point to do that. I think I will. Just wait for this to load in. One thing I like about Borderlands 1 is all weapons don't have insane damage numbers. Yes! Yes. You're right. The scaling also so much better in this game. You know, that's why. That's just part of why they don't have insane damage numbers, because the scaling is just, it's better in this. What is it? What's it called in this game? There's a certain term for the scaling, the type of scaling. I don't know if you guys are know what it is, but there's a certain term for it, certain word. But yes, it's so nice. Like the weapons are actually scaled better. They're not bloated. They don't have bloated damage numbers. The guns, even white rarity weapons, remain relevant even in the end game. Well, again, it's basically what you'd expect by using a white rarity weapon in the end game, but it's actually still viable. You know, it's actually still something you can use. It's part of why me and TCD started that white rarity only playthrough, which we still need to go back and finish, is because, you know, we're trying to like prove, you know, to people like, hey, this is a thing, you can do this, you know. Whereas like with Borderlands 2, if you tried that sort of thing, you know, yeah, it works up until a certain point. I think you can probably get through like the first playthrough, maybe this first 2 playthroughs, but once you hit UVHM, you're fucked. And there ain't no way you're getting through the overpower levels with that. At least if you don't want to fucking torture yourself and sit there shooting extremely bullet spongy enemies. The most bullet spongy enemies you've ever seen for like hours. Like, yeah, it might be possible if you're willing to you know, torture yourself in the process. Anyway, 75 minutes, is that how long I've been live? Yeah, gotcha. Well, I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer, probably do an armory run or 2. But I am really quick before we continue on with the stream. I am gonna take a quick pee break. Wish my hotkeys would work. That would just make this process so much smoother than me having to manually switch scenes, but that's okay. How are you guys? See, what are you guys talking about here? Elusive Dreams, how you doing, man? I want the Mega Cannon and the rest. Oh, you want to try to get the legendary Iridians? Yeah, I'd say the Armory is the best bet if you're trying to do that. And also killing the Lance on the way to the Armory. Because I feel like for me that's surprisingly, like, you know, that's the way that I got my Iridian weapons to drop the most, was from, surprisingly, was from actually like on the way to the Armory instead of from the Armory. I'm still trying to think if I've ever even seen a Iridian legendary in the Armory itself. I think I have. I think it was a mega cannon, I think. I'm pretty sure I've seen one before. But I think a majority of them have actually came from going to the Armory and killing the Lance along the way, because, yeah, they actually do have a chance to drop those. And I know it's awfully tempting to just skip them, which I still like to skip them. But if you're trying to go for those, specifically those legendary Iridians, or also the special blue Iridian, then you should definitely try to fight those Lance. As tedious as it might get, doing it over and over, it's you know, it is that extra chance, you know. There is that extra chance of getting it through them. Which, like I said, I wouldn't normally recommend doing that, but since I've gotten so many Iridian weapons from them, I'd say it's worth it. You know, maybe I'm just maybe that's just my luck. I don't know, but That's what I would recommend anyway. I don't know if the drifters can drop Iridian legendaries. I don't think so. I don't think. I could be wrong though, actually. I've done a lot of drifter farming and I've never seen that, but yeah, they can drop a few of the pearlescents. The Serpent's, Undertaker, and the Jackal, I think, are the 3 that they can drop. Okay, that's not doing too good, is it? Oh, shit. Don't really have the best weapons for this guy right now. Like, at all. What the fuck? That aim assist, though. Did you guys see that? Just fucking locked on to that dude, like... I wasn't even aiming at him at all. Just completely turned my screen around, it seemed like. Ugh. I know I could switch weapons. We're just gonna do it this way. This is how I'm doing it. I've already committed to it. There we go. Anything. No, okay. Let's go. I did. I think I did. I'm pretty sure TCD was for a lot of those as well. He was around when those dropped too. Pretty sure he was the one that actually found like them. But yes, I think it was one of them. You know, I don't remember exactly which ones I've actually gotten, but I think that it was the spatter gun. I think that's the one, right? That you're talking about. The stampeding spatter gun, splatter gun, whatever it's fucking called. Yeah. I was actually gonna ask you guys earlier. But have any of you guys played the new Tales from the Borderlands? Any of you guys interested in that? I know I'm not. But that being said, I kind of am tempted to actually get the game and stream a playthrough of it, you know, just for lols. Not because I genuinely like actually want to, you know, play it because I'm interested, but more or less just to kind of like make fun of it, I guess. Because, yeah, as I've said before, I just think the new Tales from the Borderlands game is completely, like, it's such a pointless fucking video game. Like, why? Why did we need a new Tales game that doesn't, for one, it doesn't even continue the story of the original Tales from the Borderlands. Yeah, it might have a few characters from it that are completely butchered. They're not even really the same character. But also, it's made by Gearbox, not Telltale. And as you can kind of expect, you know, from the disastrous story that we got with Borderlands 3, you know, it kind of followed up with that, the similar thing, you know, it has a similar thing going on. where it, you know, and I've watched some reviews of it. I even watched like somebody talk about and play through the first kind of 2 chapters of the game. But it has that same problem going on where it focuses way too hard on trying to be funny than actually telling a story. And that's the problem that one of the problems that Borderlands 3's story had. One of the glaring issues is that it tried way too hard to be funny. Like really hard to be funny. Like that's literally like you couldn't go a second without it, you know, trying to, you know, crack a joke or something. A joke that usually didn't click. And that's the problem with Tales. From what I've seen, from what I've heard, it's got that same problem, and I had a fucking feeling that it would. I can't say anything about Wonderlands. That's why I didn't say anything about Wonderlands, because I'm actually trying not to spoil that game. I actually kind of want to play it just for the gameplay at least, because I'm genuinely interested at least in the gameplay front. Because if it's anything like Borderlands 3, like the gameplay I'm sure is fucking fun. Although I'm sure the story is not so great, but you never know. Maybe it'll actually be decent. I don't know. But yeah, them trying to think they can make a new Tales from the Borderlands game is just like, what the fuck, man? Who asked for that? Did anybody ask for that? I mean, I asked for a new Tales from the Borderlands Season 2 of like the original Tales from the Borderlands back after that shit came out. Back in the pre-sequel days, or whenever it released, you know, after they finished the first season or whatever, I was like, yeah, I want a season 2. But like, was anybody wanting like a completely different cast of characters and stuff, and also it being made by Gearbox and not Telltale? Was anybody asking for that? I wasn't. I really don't think anybody was, actually. That's why I just find it completely unnecessary. Like, completely redundant. And I'm not saying like, you know, it. Yeah, like hell, it actually could have been it could have been good. It could have been good. Like it, you know. Just because nobody asked for it doesn't mean it doesn't, you know, it's already like shit, right? But you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot a little bit. You know, you don't really give, especially when, you know, you're like Borderlands 3. Again, I can't say anything about Wonderlands, but Borderlands 3 like was a shit show story-wise. It doesn't like, that's already shooting yourself in the foot too. Like, you're not really giving people a good idea. You know, when they think of a new Tales game from Gearbox with a new cast of characters, it's like also that uses the Borderlands 3 canon, I guess. It's another thing. It's like, yeah, you're not really getting people's hopes up. That's how I see it, anyway. You know. Maybe there's actually people who genuinely think it's fun, and that's cool, you know. But I think a lot of people can see that it's just like why does this exist, you know? Anyway, sorry I kind of went on a little rant there. I just it really saddens me, you know. I get really passionate about it because I'm such a big fan of the series, and I hate to see the series falling downhill like this. I really hate to see it. You know, and speaking of Gearbox, like I'm also worried about like other stuff. So there are other IPs, because now they own Risk of Rain, the Risk of Rain IP, which I love Risk of Rain, you know, and seeing them like own the game now, basically, like I'm really worried about that. I'm really worried about the game going forward. Risk of Rain 2, and you know, if they make any sequels. Like, it makes me nervous, you know. Because then you also think of like Gearbox and their track record of, you know, with their other IPs as well, like some of their other shit that wasn't Borderlands, you know, like Duke Nukem and all that stuff. That, yeah, we all saw how that all turned out. Aliens, Colonial Marines, you know, and now Borderlands is kind of going downhill, at least for me anyway. It's kind of been a downhill thing since Borderlands 3, actually, and it really sucks. It's not like I hate Borderlands 3 either. I really want to make that clear, because I recently went back and I kind of watched that video of mine where I talked about my thoughts and opinions on Borderlands 3, and I actually talked really positive about it. Like, I talk about some of the things I don't like, but I was like, oh yeah, Gearbox really, you know, knocked it out of the park with this game, or whatever, at the end. And I was like, you know, that didn't age very well. That video didn't really age that well. Some of it did, some of it didn't, but that was definitely something that did not age well. But at the same time, I also, you know, I know I talk a lot of shit about Borderlands 3 on my stream, but I do like a lot of things in that game, like the gameplay. Again, that's the biggest reason I want to get Wonderlands, is the gameplay, because the gameplay is fucking solid. Like, that alone is worth it for me. There's just some critical things in Borderlands 3 I don't like, and like the story, for instance, which is just so hard to avoid. I know it's like you don't really have to play Borderlands for the story, but it's so hard to avoid the terrible story. You know, it's like the terrible characters, the terrible writing. It's like, why should I have to avoid that, you know? You have one thing that's really amazing, and then you have this other thing that's the the polar opposite, and they conflict. And so for me, Borderlands 3 has, like, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with it, you know, and I'm sure I'm gonna have that with Wonderlands as well. Anyway, what are you guys saying here? Sorry, like I said, I just get so passionate about it, and it annoys me so much, because I love the series and I hate to see where the series is going. Let's see. Hey JDX, what's up, man? How you doing? That's how I feel about Wonderlands. Still didn't play it. I haven't seen anything on Wonderlands. Cannot stand Tina outside of, well, written 20 to 30 minute dialogue. Is there no reason for her to have that many useless and dead cringe voice lines? Yeah. Yeah. Again, I am really not expecting anything out of the story when I jump into Wonderlands. I'm not, but like I said, I do love the idea of its basically being a full game version of that little DLC we got in Borderlands 2, which is one of my favorite DLCs in the entire series. So that's one of the reasons I want to pick it up. That and the gameplay. I think if I knew the gameplay wasn't going to be strong, then I wouldn't even fucking bother, but that's why I want to pick it up. I also really need to pick up the Season Pass 2 for Borderlands 3 at some point too.
Let's see what we've got.
Just to try it out, just to see what it's like, you know, so I can actually. Not that I'm like super hyped to try it, but I would like to be able to have like an actual opinion on it that's not just speculation, you know, and just having been able to play it, give my honest thoughts, what I really think about it, you know, not just talking out my ass sort of thing, you know. The new Tales game, however, though, I don't know if I'll play. Like I said, I might just to make fun of it, just to see how shitty it really is. Just for a fun little thing I might do on stream, I don't know. If I play, it's gonna be on stream. But I don't know if you guys would actually see that or care to see that sort of thing. But you could tell I don't care about it because I'm willing to watch a video that actually spoils a lot of the game, because that's just how little I give a shit, you know? Normally I'm very, very, like, you know, I guess stingy about my spoilers and stuff, you know? Like, I hate being spoiled when it comes to games, but this is one thing I just don't think I give a shit about. Which is just, it's sad to me, you know? Especially it being, like, Borderlands related. It's quite the shame, really. Eruption Fang did a really funny video on it. I'm trying to think who I watched, whose video I watched on it. Because it was a good video. Like I said, I didn't finish it because I still might want to play it, and I'm still kind of deciding like if I want to spoil the entire thing, you know. Because if I play it on my stream, I think it would be more entertaining if I didn't know exactly what's going to happen throughout all of it, you know. Even though I really don't give a shit about the story, it's just like, I think it would be more entertaining if I didn't know what was going to happen, you know? The shock value of it, I guess. No, shit. Oh, son of a bitch. Tales 2 is like really dumb rich kids on drugs being in a lot of trouble, acting like it's all fun. I miss the dystopian vibe. Wastelands and the misery. Yeah, exactly. Tales from the Borderlands, like the original, just flawless, man. Fucking flawless. It's so hard to top that. Like, Gearbox even trying to attempt to top that, and to make it its own little story as well, and not even continuing like the other, the original story. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, that by itself is... I mean, there's so many red flags. There's so many things that I'm just like, why? You know? What was the decisions behind this? Like, that right there alone is like, makes you think, like, why is this even a thing? Like, why did they think, like, yeah, let's make a new Tales game that completely, you know, butchers, not only butchers the original storyline and the characters from that storyline, like Reese, but also, you know, is just its own new thing. With new characters nobody gives a shit about. Because we're going to make these characters as cringe, and I hate to use that word, but that's really the best way to put it, as possible. That's why it's one of the most redundant things I've ever fucking seen. It's like, what is the point of this game? As soon as I heard that it's an announcement, and I heard that it has new characters, and that it's written by Gearbox, I was like, I lost all hope. And I hate to do that. I hate to write things off so sudden, you know, but how can you not, you know? How can you not lose hope? And honestly, if any of you guys somehow enjoy the new Tales game, like, that's... I don't, you know, I don't want to judge you. But at the same time, it's like... Yeah. Like how can you, you know? Unless you just enjoy it for like the dumbness, you know, the stupidity of it. Because like I said, that's the only reason I would actually stream the game, is because of the stupidity, because I want to make fun of it, you know. In order for a story / world to be trustworthy, the story has to be believable. Borderlands has failed in that ever since Borderlands 3, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'd even say, yeah, pre-sequel. I mean, I don't know if, you know, you care about pre-sequel, Jonathan, but I'd say pre-sequel is also great in the story department. You know, I think ever since Tales from the Borderlands, you know, that, like, for me right there, that was like the last thing to be canon in the story, you know, was Tales from the Borderlands. I don't count Borderlands 3 to be canon at all. I don't count anything after that to be canon. Even Wonderlands, which I don't... Wonderlands, how could that even be canon when it's a fucking, like, game inside of a game? So I don't see why that would even be canon anyway, but still. Anything that uses Borderlands 3's world is already a no-no. You know. Now I did actually like the DLCs, at least, you know, the first season pass in Borderlands 3, for the most part. Although, you know, it still did suffer from some of the problems that the base game, that the game by itself struggled with, you know, and continues to struggle with. But it was definitely an improvement, you know, from the regular game. But it is just, it's nowhere near as good as, like, you know, the other games and the other, you know, DLCs that came before it. Even like the shittiest of DLCs in the series, like I think a lot of people can argue like the Hammerlock DLC in Borderlands 2 is one of the weaker DLCs, right? It still manages to have a better story and dialogue than anything Borderlands 3 has put out, including the DLC. And I like the DLC to an extent. Again, like, the first two are the better of the four. And again, this is I'm only talking about the first season pass. I haven't even touched the second season pass. Still something I need to check out. Would you guys also be interested in seeing me stream that as well? Just the second season pass? Dicing around with that. I would like to check out Borderlands 3 again, since it's been so long. I want to see if the game's improved at all. You know, I'm just curious. In the gameplay department. And game department, see if the drop rates are better. I doubt it, but I would like to see, you know. It's been a long time. The game's basically done, I think, at this point, right? I think they're not doing anything with it anymore, as far as I know, so I'm just kind of curious. Plus, the gameplay, you know, again, it's so fun that I wouldn't mind even jumping back in just for that alone. Like, it's so much fun in that regard, which just makes everything else, like, that I don't like about it, like, damn shame, you know. Ooh, nice. Executioner. And it makes it stick out like a sore thumb, too. Like, it's so hard to ignore when the story and the dialogue and everything is just so in your face at all times. How can you ignore it? Like, I shouldn't want to have to mute the dialogue and some of the audio to play through the game. I shouldn't have to do that. Like, when I feel like I have to do that, that really inhibits my desire to want to play the game. to want to play through the game over and over like I have with all these other games. Zane's still my only character. Like, I haven't even really touched the other characters, I guess, except for Flak. But that was only for, like, a little bit. Like, the very, very first portion of the game. With my girlfriend, like, a while back, but that was it. That was it. I don't even count that, to be honest. Most critical, try to stream it. For making fun of it, but an hour into it, he apologized and quit the game. Oh shit. That might be me, honestly. But you know, it's one of those things where I really don't care if I need to quit it. You know, if I decide to do that at any point, like I'd be going into it like kind of thinking that might happen. You know what I mean? It very well is a possibility that I might just want to fucking bitch out. So yeah, it's just wasting my money on such a, you know, on the game. It's like that's the thing, like I don't even want to pay any money for it. I don't want to pay anything for it. I mean, obviously I don't want to like pirate it or whatever, but I just, because yeah, I don't know. I don't like to do that sort of shit, unless it's games that are, you know, like old as fuck and that aren't being sold anymore. You know what I mean? That you can only get like through other people, not through the company who made the games, you know? I wonder if it's on sale. Do any of you guys know if it's on sale? I know there's a big sale going on. I know Wonderlands and shit's on sale, which I'm really thinking about picking up, but I don't know if the new Tales is on sale. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't on sale. Or I would be surprised if it was on sale, I guess. You know what I mean. Kind of had a brain for a moment there. Just because of how bland the game is, you know. I'm sure they're already putting it on sale at this point. Desperate for people to try to want to buy it and play it, you know. Pre-sequel is a good game. It had flaws, but nowadays I cannot complain. I know, like, I think a lot of people are actually looking back at Tales, or not Tales, sorry, pre-sequel, and being like, oh yeah, this is actually not as bad as I thought, you know, like, because you look at the new stuff and you're like, oh shit, like, man, you know, it's kind of like some people with like Star Wars, you know, you look at the new trilogy and then, you know, like, you're like, man, maybe the prequels weren't as bad as I thought they were, which, you know, they're still not great, you know, but it makes the prequels look good in comparison, you know. Like, that's kind of like, I mean, the difference being that pre-sequels actually not like, you know, Star Wars prequels. Like, it's actually good, like, in my opinion. In my opinion, anyway, it's a good game. That's the difference. But I do think that, like, people that didn't really like pre-sequel are now, like, looking back and thinking, like, yeah, this is actually, in comparison to what we have now, like, it's actually good, you know. Even if they're not like huge fans of it or whatever, you know, it makes them at least appreciate it more, which I'm all for, you know. Extra stream to represent Fang's video would be awesome. But again, gonna spoil the drum roll story. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I don't really normally, you know, do the reaction things, but maybe I could do that. You know. I don't know. I just think it might be more fun to actually try to play the game, even if I just give up like an hour in or something. It would just be fun to just to check out for the lulz, for the fun of it, you know. I think that alone would be worth the money for me, but I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would be something that it actually might turn out to be something that I'll regret in the end. But I think just having, like I said, just kind of like being able to have like a, you know, an opinion on it that's not just, you know, from partially from speculation, like actually being able to like experience it and then, you know, having like real genuine thoughts and feelings that's not just like I said, not just speculation, or at least partially speculation would be good, because that's the thing with like the new Tales, like or Wonderlands, is that I can't really say much about it because I don't really know, like I haven't fully experienced it or experienced it like firsthand. You know, I've seen other people, I've heard other people's thoughts, but I haven't really, you know, given it a go myself. And I feel like I'm more confident about expressing my thoughts and feelings when I'm actually, you know, if I've experienced it firsthand, you know, which I think is valid. You know, that's a valid thing, you know. It's a valid take. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Jonathan. Like, it's, you know, and it's so sad too, because there's so, like I said, there's things that I really do like about some of the new games, like the gameplay. Fucking solid, man. You have a solid gameplay formula. You know, you have solid, you know, like the overall like design of Borderlands 3 I really love. And from what I can tell with like Wonderlands, like just the way everything looks, like stylistically, you know, the environmental design, like, oh my god, the environments in Borderlands 3, fucking amazing, man. Like, it's so pretty to look at, so good to look at. There's so much there to love, you know, but again, there's also things I really fucking hate. I know it's a strong word, but it's just like, I really do hate. So that's why Borderlands 3 and probably Wonderlands you know, I have like a love-hate relationship, you know, with. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up liking Wonderlands more than I think I'm gonna, but I don't know, man. I don't really have really high hopes or anything. My expectations are fairly low, at least on the story front and the endgame front. But anyway, I think I'm gonna leave off here, guys. I think this is gonna be where I'm gonna leave off for now. How long have I been going for? I really wish it would say. So annoying that doesn't say. I've probably been going for almost 2 hours at this point. At least an hour and a half. Probably close to 2 hours. So I think this is a good point to leave off. I wasn't even sure if I was even gonna, you know, do some armory runs, but I really wanted to squeeze a few in there. I was just really been enjoying the stream, talking to you guys and everything. Also, I don't know if you're still here, Guns, but dude, I really appreciate the generous donations. Like I said, it fucking means more than you know. And that money will definitely be going towards upgrading my equipment. You know, which I am in the process of doing. Finally. Fucking finally. So in turn, you guys will be getting better streams. You know, hopefully soon. It might not be anything noticeable, you know, at first, but yeah, eventually, like, the streams hopefully will be better quality, you know, 4K, you know, just really good quality all around. You know, the audio setup might still be a little shifty because I hate dealing with the audio, but at least visually it'll look better. I also you know, got a new modem from Xfinity because the other one just was, I was so sick of it going out all the time. Like, it would just go out constantly, the internet. So I got a new one, and I think that is also, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but I think the stream is smoother now, which is good. It's always good. And I shouldn't have to worry about it going out all the time, so that's good not to have in the back of my mind, you know. So annoying. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Again, I really do appreciate all the support. Even just, like I said, just watching and hanging out and going in here and chatting also just means a bunch, you know. Makes these streams really just a lot more enjoyable than, obviously, if you guys weren't here. I mean, they're still fun to do, but it's so much more enjoyable when there's actually people to talk to in the chat. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my ramblings and my rants as well. You know, I get really heated about some stuff, especially Borderlands, but that's just because I'm so passionate about it, you know. Rightfully so. You know, I love the series, and it just breaks my heart when it's, you know, knowing it's kind of going into the shitter. So hopefully the next entry, if there's going to be another entry, is going to be better. God. So anyway, you guys all take care. I'll see you in the next stream, hopefully soon. Take care, guys. Peace out.